welcome to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie Mayor. I am Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. It is our pleasure, our honor to facilitate this event every single month. I just saw my camera. It just found me. So I've been talking to the wall for the first part of this, but that's okay.
They still hear you.
All right. They can still see me. They could have seen parts of me. They probably heard me. All right, I am here with our sponsor, as always, from Mid-Florida Credit Union. We're so happy to have you. It's a little bit of a different day.
Yes.
I was just saying.
I had to rearrange my schedule.
Everybody did.
Yes.
Teresa's daughter decides to get married, and she has no idea whose schedules it's trickling down to. So, yes,
we just learned to make it happen.
I apologize to our viewers and everybody, but yes. So, welcome, Maylin.
Thank you.
Joseph has been with us many times.
Yes. Pleasure to be here.
Arranging your schedule.
Absolutely. I got the email. I said, okay, let's make things different. So here we are.
And Sharita's out of town.
And Sharita, I know, right? Who gave her that right?
I didn't know you guys took vacations.
Here I am. I know, right?
Well, thank you for being our sponsor. We also have these great cups.
Very nice cups, yes.
Everybody in the audience that comes on down, even staff. They're lightweight but big. I love these.
They take it all.
And if you come down and watch us, typically on the third Tuesday of the month, you will take one of these home.
Absolutely.
If you so choose. We don't make you.
We encourage it.
We strongly encourage it. Yes.
But it's a pleasure to be here.
Good.
Pleasure to see the community. I couldn't find a parking space.
Well, that's a good
thing.
Problem to have, right?
Yes.
Although I'm not sure the amount of people in the audience right here would be
there somewhere
of a full parking lot, but it's a lot better than it has been. Especially on a new day.
On a new day, and it's good to see people out. Out and about in the community. So that's a good thing.
Yes. Well, in true fashion, I double dutied. We had our ambassador meeting here this morning, which is like 40 volunteers.
So that's probably why.
Yes. But again, I'm going out of town, so everybody had to rearrange.
There you go.
I apologize,
but yes. But it's good. Positive.
It's always positive when you see a lot of people out and about.
Yes.
What's going on at Mid-Florida?
Well, we are growing, as you know. We have over 60 branches now. Quite a few opening in the other side, the west side of Florida. So we're in Naples and we're in Sarasota. So we're opening a few branches there.
Have you branched into Georgia yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Teresa.
I feel like it's probably going to come.
Slowly.
Wait, I think we're having technical difficulties. Either that, Gus is getting real brave.
No.
Are you fixing it? Do we need to wait, Gus?
No, you can go ahead.
All right. Well,
no, but we are growing, and we're a community-based credit union derived from Teacher Credit Union. So we're all about the community. Wherever we can fit in, wherever we can contribute, that's what we do.
Yeah, and the nonprofit model, I love. The dividends go back to the members in the form of lower interest rates or higher interest rates.
Or higher interest rate on your liquid products. Who doesn't want a little something, you know?
It's for them, though. It's either lower or higher in your favor.
Yes, and you get to vote.
Yes.
You get to vote and say where you want the funds allocated. Yes.
I got to start doing that more because I'm going to be honest, when I get my little voting thing, I don't always do it.
I could see you there, though. I can see you there saying what you say.
What you're basically saying is I probably have an opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong. But yes, and I also like that you guys give back. Mid-Florida Event Center. There is no nonprofit here in town that you guys aren't involved in. And I appreciate that.
We try our best. We leverage our staff.
Yeah.
Our staff's very active today. We're with the summer teacher program, so we have a couple staff there, just making sure that they're aware that we're here and we're here for them.
And you started out as a teacher's credit union.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So it's good to give back. Always good to give back.
So all you have to do is live, work, worship.
And go to school.
Yes, I knew there was a fourth one. In the old days, there were only three, but now there's a fourth one.
Yeah, we have to add in. And as our community grows and evolves, it's important to grow and evolve with them, to meet them where they are. So whether you live, work, worship, go to school in an area, you can be a member.
Very good. All right, midflorida.com?
Yes, midfloridacreditunion.com.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you for rearranging and coming in. We
no problem.
We appreciate your partnership.
Yes.
Anything going on in the Haitian Chamber you need to tell us about?
We have our quarterly meeting coming up, so we'll be announcing the date soon. That way our members can get together, and also sponsors can come and see what's been happening since our gala. So a lot of stuff all the good stuff.
I'm glad you're a part of that, and I'm glad that we're
Yes.
friends and we can talk.
Again, a mid-Florida thing.
Yes, that's true. You're right. Mid-Florida. Mid-Florida loaned you out.
Yes,
to the Chamber of Commerce.
yes.
I get it.
They got to be careful because they're trying to take me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, we're good. We're good. We're all about the community.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for
We're
having
going to take
me.
a short break, and of course, we'll be right back with our Port St. Lucie Mayor.
Yes, Mayor Shannon.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we have a special treat for you. We have from Congressman Brian Mast's office. Now I've Savannah Buston. We just had a conversation about her last name, and then I forgot her first name for a second. Savannah is from Congressman Brian Mast's office, and he is going to, we're going to see a little clip from him, but let's tell them what this is about.
This is about the St. Lucie River Railroad Bridge, the bridge that goes over the St. Lucie River that the trains use. The U.S. Coast Guard has opened a public comment period, and we are looking for the public to comment for boater access. The congressman believes that the boaters should receive a 50-50 fair access under the bridge.
Yeah, so right there in Stewart, by underneath the Roosevelt Bridge, basically, the older bridge has to be raised for boats to be able to go through there. And so he wants to know how you guys feel about it and make sure that there's a fair split of time for boaters and trains.
Yes.
So we have a short clip from Congressman Brian Mast, right? We're going to take a look at that now.
Hey everybody, I'm Congressman Brian Mast. Now whether it's for commerce or for recreation, water is a huge part of our way of life, and the federal government needs to know and respect that. Now right now, the United States Coast Guard is considering major changes to the way that the St. Lucie River Roosevelt Railroad Bridge is open and closed that could severely restrict boater access. This regulation will have huge impacts for boaters who travel along the St. Lucie, and it's important that our community's perspective is taken into account. That's why I'm here to tell you about an important opportunity to make your voice heard. The Coast Guard has begun what's called a public comment period. This is a legally required process that allows members of the community to weigh in before a law is actually implemented. To submit a comment, use your phone to scan the QR code on the screen or visit my website, mass.house.gov, to find the link. The deadline to submit a comment is July 5. I'm going to be submitting my own comment, and here's what I will tell the Coast Guard that I believe should happen. The Coast Guard says that its goal is to provide a more predictable schedule for boaters. But what I'm worried is that more predictable is code for less boater access. My concern is that a new regulation schedule will prioritize railroad companies over boaters, and that's just not right. The water and those who use it have the right of way, not the trains. So forcing boats to find a tiny window throughout the day while trains roll through 30 to 40 times a day, it's predictable, sure, but it's unacceptable in my opinion. Any regulation should provide equitable access to boat and rail traffic. I believe that at the very least, it should be a 50-50 split. Now, regardless of whether you agree or disagree with my opinion, I encourage you to leave a comment. This is a huge change for Stewart, the St. Lucie, and our entire community, and we deserve to be heard. Again, use your phone to scan the QR code on the screen and submit your comment by July 5.
All right, so if people in this area, I'm sure, are familiar, because we have really two inlets, right? The Fort Pierce Inlet and the St. Lucie Inlet. And so this is a very heavily trafficked boater area. And so he wants to make sure our voice is heard. And I love, public comment is for most bureaucratic processes. There's always like a public comment part. And typically you really only get the most fervent, opinions. But it's important that we all kind of weigh in, because I don't think you know how it affects you until you're sitting there on a Sunday trying to get out and you're waiting, in a very long line for a very long time. So I get that. I'm happy that Congressman Mast is worried about our quality of life here on the Treasure Coast. So I appreciate that. Again, where can they go to put this opinion in?
Mass.house.gov, and we have a link to the U.S. Coast Guard survey, or it's also on the U.S. Coast Guard website.
Okay, very good. And we will hopefully put some information up on our Facebook page or in our Facebook comments here so that we can do that. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Savannah, congratulations on the wedding.
Thank you.
All right, as you heard, I have one coming up next week. My daughter's getting married, but we appreciate you taking the time today and your whole team.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and this time I promise we will be back with the Port St. Lucie mayor. Welcome back to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie mayor. I'm Teresa Aronson from the Chamber, and now we finally have the actual Port St. Lucie mayor. Please welcome Mayor Shannon Martin.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Doing good, thanks.
Good. Thank you for allowing us to get all that stuff in and talk about the survey for the waterways. It's important to us all.
Absolutely.
Very good. What do we have going on in the city?
Lots of stuff going on. Of course, I'm always going to touch on solid waste because that is our biggest issue.
Just going to talk trash, everybody.
Going to talk trash once again, absolutely. We're going to be talking trash all summer and probably going into the fall as well when we get our new provider in September.
Yep.
First I want to talk about what we're doing with yard waste. We have two contractors out there. We have Optimum, who's been deployed, who's out there picking up solid waste right now. Also, our new provider, FCC, was able to give us 5 trucks.
Oh, very good.
And are running 5 trucks right now in the city. In addition, Waste Pro is also supposed to be running some trucks. So we have that going for us right now. So if you need yard waste collected and it hasn't been collected, please go on now 1PSL app or call 871-1775, and we put a report in. We will get your yard waste collected. And as far as St. Lucie West is concerned, St. Lucie West Services District is helping us with the gated communities, picking up yard waste out there.
Good.
They are going to be, I think they started yesterday again, and they're going to be going through all the gated communities out there. As far as solid waste and household trash is concerned, they are making progress, getting caught up. Mm-hmm. It's still not as fast as we want, and I wanted to touch on some of the details as to why. So every day they need to run about 27 to 28 routes.
Okay.
And so depending on the number of workers that come in to work determines how many trucks can be run. So the drivers aren't the issue, it's the helpers that are the issue. The helpers are the ones that actually collect the garbage and put it into the truck. So if the helpers aren't there, then they can't run the trucks. So there's been a fluctuation in the number of trucks that are running every single day. So Saturday, they were able to bring in some outside resources from communities that don't get served on Saturday. So they had 33 trucks running on Saturday. Yesterday, they had 22 trucks running. This morning, I got a report. I get a report every day on how many trucks are running. Today is 25. So again, that's the reason for the little bit of the inconsistency and the fluctuation. But I do think from what I've seen, there is progress being made. Again, it's not as fast as we want, but we're going to continue through the summer and keep working with them to get it done.
So, the trucks that they have for Waste Pro are man trucks. You have automated side loaders, which is what we do with recycling.
Yes.
And they have man trucks. And so the CDLs, you have to have a commercial driver's license to drive the truck.
Yes.
So they're stocked up on that. They're
Yes.
making a higher salary. But the riders in the back, the actual crew that is picking up the truck, probably making a little less salary and now a little concerned about their longevity since Waste Pro is transitioning out. So we're going to continue to struggle until we can get a full workforce in for the new FCC.
And the difference, again, between FCC and currently now is, we have to remember, they're going to go to the automated side load off the bat. So they're not going to have to rely on the helpers.
Yeah.
And they're just going to be able to focus on the drivers. And last night, our city manager and they did a Facebook Live, and we had FCC here, and they were talking about how they're going to get up and running, excuse me, what their transition looks like, how they're going to approach staffing. Mm-hmm. And so they've been very successful in a few other communities with transition. They talked about that last night as well. And so we're looking forward to that transition.
I was fortunate enough to walk in with your city manager today, Mr. Russ Blackburn, and he was very optimistic as well. And I'm concerned because I think it's going to take some transition period, but he seems very optimistic. But the automated side loaders is the game changer, realistically. However, we have to make sure that our community is educated in how you have to put out your waste now. It cannot be in anything but the container. Right. Because they don't automate, they're not going to automate side load your mattresses and your trash bags. It has to be in the container. And this is done throughout the country in many cities. It's done in Fort Pierce even.
Yes.
This is not a problem. It's actually good, to be honest with you, because I think longevity of employees is going to be a lot more consistent.
Absolutely, and we want that consistency. That is the biggest frustration, and I know how frustrating it is. Eating, sleeping, and breathing it every single day. I completely understand the frustration, and
Sure.
I'm very sorry that we're going through this, but we're going to keep working at it. We're going to keep doing everything we possibly can, and get to that consistent level. Now, in September, they're going to transition. It's going to be a little transition period. Nothing is ever perfectly smooth, but we're going to get there. And so I just
Be patient.
I know it's hard to be patient. I know everyone's over it. Everyone's frustrated. I am over it and frustrated.
Too. I'm not even gonna lie.
We all are.
Yes.
Every single one in this room and every single person watching, and probably.
The mayor lives in my neighborhood. Your trash pickup is the same as mine.
Yeah.
It is inconsistent at
Mine's
best.
not getting picked up either.
Yeah,
So
it's not like they don't have a special truck for the mayor.
No, there's no special truck for me. I wouldn't want that
So we're all
either.
could you imagine?
No, I absolutely would never want that.
So yeah, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
At this point, we're sort of, my trash can lives at the curb, and I hope for the best every day.
Yeah, and I'd love to be able to say, okay, it's gonna come on the day, and I'm hoping they get to that, but I'm not 100% sure, and I don't wanna say something that isn't gonna come to fruition, but.
Yeah, we don't want to make false promises.
But they are working at it. I know they are, because I know the trucks are running, and I do get emails, I do get phone calls, and I have to say, the requests that I have been putting in, when I get those emails or the phone calls, I am getting a response back from Waste Pro, and they are sharing with me, not all the time, but most of the time, they're sharing with me when they have sent it out a dispatch for collection, or sometimes I'll get email showing that it was collected. So it's
But that doesn't mean they're going to get it sooner, because now everybody in the world is going to call you. and be
Right.
like, if I call the mayor, she can get it collected for me.
Right.
And that's not necessarily true.
But the biggest thing is being able to listen to the complaint, getting it in as a request for service, and that's what we're making sure we're doing.
People want to be heard.
Absolutely.
I get that. They want to be heard. It is frustrating.
It is.
Because with delayed trash pickup brings a whole new slew of issues, and so it is frustrating. I feel for everybody involved, but we just have to get in the boat and row.
And so one thing I wanted to bring up as well is that I know one of the biggest questions that we've been getting nonstop repeatedly is, where's my refund? Can I get a refund? So our city manager is currently working on the budget right now. We've got some positive news from our property appraiser. So on the June 13th meeting, I've added an item to the agenda and for a discussion with the council with regard to some type of credit that we can give our residents for the poor, horrible service and the poor service. And so I'm going to be asking the council and the city manager to, as he's in this budget process, to take a look at what can be done to see if we can potentially give some type of credit to our residents.
Okay. And how much do we pay a year? Like $20 a month, maybe?
So we pay $282 and change a year, which equates to $2.71 a pickup.
Yeah.
Right
And
now.
you're not going to get all that back. So
No.
Yeah, it's $280 something. You're not going to get all that back.
No.
And then we have to budget for, starting in our fund for collection.
Yes, that,
Deficit of whatever you decide to, maybe offset costs.
so we plan our budget on a 10% increase, and it came out to be like 19% from the property appraiser. So So you never want to, if you have one-time money, you want to spend it on one-time issues. You don't want to spend it on recurring issues because you never know if you're going to continue to have that money from budget year to budget year. So we're going to see, I'm going to ask and see what we can possibly do to address that situation. And you're right. I mean, it's not going to be, you're going to get your full amount back, but just see what we can do. If there's something we can do to give some type of credit for all the stress and the frustration and the poor performance that we've been dealing
It's not going to make
with.
you rich, but it is a gesture.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
trying to make sure we can do something.
I appreciate that, and I think
Yep.
people should appreciate that you're, trying to do something. How many households do we have in Port St. Lucie?
81,000.
That's what I thought. I was going to say 80. I would have been off by 1,000. And so you have to multiply whatever the reduction of intake of funds is
Right.
by that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a lot of money.
Yeah, so I'm not going to make any promises that I can't keep, but we're going to ask the question. And as Mr. Blackburn continues to work through the budget process, he'll be presenting his budget to us probably the end of this month. And then, of course, we always go into our July retreat, and that's where we start talking about what all the needs are and what we can do.
Good, good.
Yeah.
What else do we have to go on? What else do we get? My hair's really curly today. I'm sorry. It's like,
It's okay. I know, it always goes in your face.
so what else we got going on that's not trash?
So, want to talk about, as we have one parcel left, the city owns one parcel left in LTC Ranch. And on Monday night's agenda, we have Galleria Farms. It's a little over a 4-acre parcel. They are an importer of flowers, fresh cut flowers, and distributor.
Nice.
And so they offered to purchase the property, and the appraisal came in around $700,000. They're paying a little over $1 million.
Okay.
And so it's great to have more economic opportunity in the city, and they're going to have 210 jobs over a 3-year period, and so it's great.
Tell everybody where LTC Ranch is. So that
It's up towards Midway.
it is.
And Glades
Our
Cut
neck of
Off.
our woods.
Yes.
Where they're putting the big Amazon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and hopefully the Wave Garden, but that's a Fort Pierce product. So it's the same intersection, but
Yep.
the northwest is part of the city of Fort Pierce. The south
Yep.
east is, of course, Port St. Lucie, where the Amazon, the big Amazon's going.
Right.
Good, very
Yeah.
good. Midway's getting really expensive because we're really starting to build that out.
Yes, that's what I'm hearing and talking to people in real estate and
Yeah.
talking about the value of land and, yeah,
And
absolutely.
in about 15 years, we may have an intersection or an exit for the turnpike there too. So that's going to increase the value
Yeah.
of Midway Road is my guess.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're talking about that, yeah, it takes a long time. So those studies are being done right now,
Yeah.
right, with the turnpike and so then, yeah, it takes a long time,
It does. It's going to take a decade
yeah,
for sure.
right. But, so Floresta Drive, the phase 1 is almost completed. They're working on their final lift of asphalt. It's been a little difficult with the rain delays because you can't pour asphalt when it's raining out.
Yeah.
But phase 1 is just about done and we're gonna.
What's phase 1, Floresta?
Yeah, the first portion up to LCAM.
Okay,
The whole first phase, almost done.
almost done.
Yeah,
Okay.
the trees are in. If you're driving on Floresta and you see the medians and the trees, they look really pretty.
Okay.
Yep.
And so that's like in between Crosstown and Port St. Lucie Boulevard to some degree, right? Like Thornhill to
it's from
Port
the-
St. Lucie?
No, it's from the South Bend area, Oak Ridge area, up to
Okay.
Port St. Lucie.
Other side of
Yes.
Fort Loresta.
Yes.
Before it turns into that other road, once you
Right.
turn the corner, okay.
So then phase 2 is going to start this summer. Also on the agenda coming up, we have finally, we're going to be awarding the contract for the Port Playground and Park. And so I'm really excited about that. We have been waiting for that for a long time, going through all our public processes and everything. So that'll be on the agenda. And so that'll start this summer, actually.
Nice.
So sometime next year, we
Kids
will.
will be playing.
We will have, yes,
And we'll have a port.
yes,
Good.
absolutely.
All
So
right.
that's good. And then we have another hospital coming in to Port St. Lucie.
Oh.
At our last council meeting, we approved the down by Becker, off Becker Road, behind Veranda Falls.
Yes.
Yes,
I
so-
did hear about this, and
Yep.
this is a different company. It's not
Yes.
HCA or Cleveland
It's
Clinic.
Tenet Healthcare.
Yes.
And they operate Good Sam down in West Palm Beach.
Okay.
And so it's going to be 181,000 square foot, 54-bed hospital with a 60,000 square foot medical building. So getting another hospital in Port St. Lucie, and with our growth,
Yeah.
it's always great to have different opportunities for people to get health care, especially with the growth and people having trouble getting doctor's appointments and things like
Yeah.
that.
I
So,
think on the show I talked about how hard it was to get my dad into a dialysis center.
Right.
And
Yeah.
there was one right down the street, but we finally got him into that one. But it took months to get him. I mean, he's 82 years old. He was driving from 5 to 9 at night to get his dialysis all the way to St. Lucie West from, south of Becker. So
Right.
we finally worked it out. But we need
Yeah.
healthcare services. That's like a huge industry here.
absolutely.
That we're kind of behind the 8 ball.
Yep.
But we're working on it.
And we are still in contract with Cleveland for another hospital in Tradition.
Yeah.
They're still going through that process right now. It's a very complex process, but that's still in progress.
That's state mandated, where you can have a hospital, what kind of services, what kind of level, all that sort of stuff. That's a bureaucratic process. You can't just I have money, I want to build it. You have to be approved, and you have to prove a need for the services in that area. So it takes some time.
Everything takes time. Everything is a complex process, no matter what it is. Yep.
And yeah, people can't oversimplify it. You can't just say, I'm going to build a hospital because I can.
Right.
You have to be told you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Good stuff.
yeah. And then we have our Freedom Fest coming up for 4th of July
Of course.
at Mid-Florida Event Center.
Of course.
It's our 4th of July ultimate experience that we have every year. So looking forward to that and seeing everyone out.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I like the 4th of July. I haven't seen fireworks in 2 decades because I always have a dog that just does not do it. So we, sometimes we hurricane shutter up and put the thunder shirt on and just hunker down.
Yeah.
So we'll probably be doing that again this year. That's my 4th of July celebration.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else going on?
That's pretty much all we have going on right now. Working
It's
on
all
a lot of
good
other
stuff.
things. All good things happening. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Do we want to take some questions from the audience?
Sure.
It doesn't look like we have any questions on Facebook. I'm getting the face of nobody wants to ask a single thing anywhere. We've covered everything. Nobody wants to talk about trash. Nobody wants to talk about the port.
we've been talking about trash.
Yeah, we've been talking about trash for a long time. I feel like we've beat the proverbial trash bag, right? All right, anything else? No? Nobody has a question from... Gus dragged out this mic stand and set it up, and nobody wants to ask a single question. All right, very good.
All right.
We'll move on. We don't care if it's a short show, do we?
No, it's okay.
All right.
We all have other things going on today.
We have busy
Busy
schedules.
days. Yep.
Well, I'm glad that you spent this time with us, and I feel that it's always helpful to keep. We're probably going to keep talking about trash because we need people to be educated on how these new bins work.
Absolutely, and we're going to keep putting out information regularly. We're going to, as the summer moves on, we're going to be doing some public forums as well. I think we have 3 slated. We're going to have them in different locations in the city to talk about our upcoming service, because the more information we get out about the new service being provided in September, the more people will know what's happening, they'll understand what's happening, and then they'll be prepared for it when we start that transition.
Yeah, hopefully they will. I feel like we talk about it in enough places, Facebook, next door, everywhere else you can, that hopefully people will be educated on it.
Absolutely.
So, very good. All right, well, I want to thank, of course, Mid-Florida Credit Union for being our sponsor. And don't forget, anybody that shows up here the 3rd Tuesday of the month at 8:30 at City Hall will be able to take one of these great mugs home with them. Thanks to the staff here and my staff for making sure we have everything we need. When we change a date, there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen, so I appreciate that. And thank you for accommodating a crazy June month. I know. So
I can't believe it's June already.
it goes so fast.
It really does.
I felt like I had more time, before my daughter's wedding, and now I feel panicked.
Well, I'm panicked because I just had my daughter's orientation for college.
Oh, that's right. Where'd she choose to go?
She's going to go to Florida Gulf Coast University.
My daughter went there too.
And learning all the things that I have to do before August to get her there, and
Yeah.
the long list of supplies and
Yep.
things that she needs for her dorm room, and
I went through that. It's kind of exciting though. I think
It
you'll
is.
enjoy the experience.
it's bittersweet.
I know.
For sure.
All right, well, thank you everybody for coming in. Don't forget your mug, and we will see you next time. Have a great day, everybody.
Great day.